Narcissists think you wouldn't dare take this action. It may force them to sink in unending regret. Greetings, fellow adventurers. Today, we're setting sail on a voyage into the intriguing depths of human behavior, focusing on surprising actions that can leave narcissists utterly bewildered. But before we plunge into this captivating journey, I'd want to extend a heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you for joining us. Your presence here fuels our exploration and makes it all the more enriching. If you're drawn to the riveting content ahead, don't hesitate to show your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing with fellow explorers. Your engagement is the wind in our sails, propelling us forward on this exhilarating quest for understanding. Now, let's navigate the twists and turns of human psychology together. Have you ever left a narcissist speechless with an unexpected action? If so, you're not alone. Join the conversation in the comments below as we uncover the mysteries of these surprising encounters. Ready to embark? Let's set course and chart new territories of insight and discovery. Imagine this. You're putting all your energy into a relationship, but it's like pouring water into a leaky boat. While we're trying to keep things afloat, the other person, the narcissist, is quietly sabotaging everything. They're taking your time, your money, your friends, and even your happiness, all while pretending to care. The cycle of narcissistic abuse is sneaky. You keep giving, and they keep taking, leaving a mess behind them. It's important to realize that narcissists don't play by the same rules as caring people like you. They don't take responsibility for their actions. Instead, they use others to get what they want and then toss them aside without a second thought. And when they're done with you, they'll move on to someone new, just like they did with you. There are lots of reasons why this cycle keeps going, but the main thing to remember is that the narcissist is the one constant in all the chaos. They know exactly what they're doing to you, and they enjoy playing with your emotions. They'll pretend to be whoever they need to be to get what they want, all while making you feel like you're the one who's wrong. Living with a narcissist feels like dealing with two different people. One moment they're nice, the next they're mean, and you're left wondering what's going on. It's like trying to figure out if you're dealing with Dr. Selly or Mr. Parker. And it's all part of their plan to keep you confused and under their control. So, how do you handle it when your partner gives you the silent treatment or starts yelling at you? Many people turn to the internet for answers, trying to make sense of the chaos. This is a big moment because it's the start of a journey to learn more about yourself and what narcissism really means. The narcissist never thought you'd start questioning them. They thought they had you all figured out. When you look back at your first interactions with a narcissist, you realize how carefully they were watching you, figuring out what makes you tick, what you're good at, and what makes you vulnerable. To them, you're just a tool to make them feel better about themselves and to control. So they act all charming to get close to you while hiding their true intentions. As you get more tangled in their lies, you start losing pieces of who you are until they're done with you. Then they move on to the next person without a second thought, leaving you with broken pieces to pick up. If this sounds like what you've been through, feel free to share your story below. Being tangled up with a narcissist can really drain you. Day by day, you feel like you're losing more of yourself. But here's the thing, the narcissist never expected you to bounce back, to start understanding what's going on, and to see your unworth. They got you tangled in their lies, making you feel like you couldn't live without them. But you're stronger than they thought. They kept you hooked with lies and tricks, making you feel like you needed them. Going back and forth between feeling happy and feeling terrible, it's been a roller coaster ride of emotions that's left you feeling lost. Whenever you reached out to them, whether it was calling, texting, or emailing, it just left you feeling even more unsure. They knew how to mess with your head, making it even harder to break free. Because nobody teaches you about narcissism, you were blindsided by this whole mess. It's like everything fell apart, leaving you feeling empty. Your mind was always filled with thoughts of them, day and night. Their messages made you drop everything to please them. But all you got back were short, dismissive replies, or sometimes just silence. Does this sound familiar? If so, feel free to share your own experiences. You tried so hard to make them happy, but it always felt like it wasn't enough. You were stuck in a cycle of constantly apologizing and trying to meet their endless demands, caught up in their games or trapped by the bond they created. Stuck in the grip of a narcissist, you might not see your own value. They hooked you in, but once they had you, their interest faded. You felt like a forgotten toy, left on the shelf until they felt like playing with you again. They'd disappear for hours, days, or even weekends, leaving you wondering where they went and who they were with. Maybe they were off finding someone new to replace you, or just satisfying their own needs elsewhere. It could be friends, parties, trips, or anything they thought was more important than you. Usually, narcissists get their validation from partners or friends, but it could even extend to family members. But they underestimated you. You saw through their game, realized it was toxic, and knew you had to break free. Getting out of a relationship with a narcissist is like finding your way through a maze. But in that maze, you find the key to your freedom. The narcissist never wanted you to see through their lies or to move on, but you did it anyway. They thrive on lies, pretending to be someone they're not to keep you under their control. But you've broken away. You're on a journey to rebuild yourself, maybe even helping others who've been through similar experiences. You're starting to see your own worth, putting yourself first instead of falling for the narcissist's tricks. You've cut ties, stopped talking to them, and you're moving forward. But here's the thing, you might not get closure from them. They can't admit they're wrong or take responsibility for their actions. They think they're perfect and will keep dragging people into relationships just to toss them aside when they're done. Narcissists struggle to keep meaningful relationships, pushing people away with their behavior. They might try to play the victim, but those who've been through it see right through their act. While recovering from a toxic relationship is tough, survivors can take comfort in avoiding a fate that could have destroyed them. But for the narcissist, they keep repeating the same old patterns, always looking for validation from new people, and never really finding happiness in their relationships. After the breakup, they didn't expect you to bounce back so strong. They didn't think you could heal, especially with all the challenges like the pandemic, health issues, money problems, and feeling alone. To make things worse, they spread lies about you, turning friends against you and making healing even harder. Instead of facing their own issues, they'd vanished after the breakup, acting like sulky kids stuck in their own problems. They wanted to drag you down with them, dumping you just to find someone new right away, leaving you feeling abandoned once again. Sometimes they might try to pull you back in, but standing firm against their tricks is crucial. If you've kept your distance and avoided getting tangled up with them again, that's a big win. It shows how much you've grown since the breakup and how they're slowly fading from your life. Remember those tough times after the breakup when you hit rock bottom and thought you couldn't go on. Maybe you struggled with really dark thoughts, but you know what? You pushed through. You found ways to cope, reached out for help, and came out even stronger. Every day you keep going is a sign of your strength. You're starting to see that despite almost tearing you apart, the relationship didn't win. It fell apart like all narcissistic relationships do. I keep reminding you of this because it's important for you to see how much progress you've made since those dark days. No matter if it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 years, life has its ups and downs. But the more you distance yourself from the narcissist and their toxic ways, the stronger you get. If you were stuck in a toxic mess, breaking free and cutting off contact is key. If you can't completely avoid them, try the grey rock method. Just act boring around them. Here's the thing, the narcissist never thought you'd bounce back. They'd figured you'd be crushed by the pain they caused. They thought you'd stay down. And if you stumbled, they'd move on to someone else, using your struggles to justify their lies about you. Here's the deal. Narcissists never want you to heal ever. They want to hide the damage they've done. But once you realize this, you can set boundaries and put yourself first. Saying no boosts your self-worth. When you stand up to them, it messes up their plans, even though they'll try to twist things or push your buttons. But you're in control. Your ability to stay strong, even when things get tough, shows how resilient you are. You've turned that toxic mess into a stepping stone for personal growth. If you've been through toxic relationships, know that breaking free from the cycle of narcissistic manipulation makes you stronger. Whether you're doing great or still working on yourself, you're not alone in this journey. Remember, the narcissist never thought you'd heal. But look at you now, standing tall. Let this be the start of your journey to recovery. Thanks for watching, and have a great day wherever you are. And don't forget to like this video if it hit home for you, subscribe to our channel for more uplifting stuff, and share this with someone who could use these words today. Also, check out the link in the description for a free book and a chance to chat one-on-one. Your support means the world to us.